Welcome back to Season 8 of Wildcat Week. I'm your host, Isaac Wolf, alongside Bright Kari, and today we are joined by two members of our number 2 nationally ranked men's cross-country team, one of them a local from Oak Hill High School right here in Converse, and the other a senior from Wauseon, Ohio. Please welcome Trenton Sweet and Hunter Wasnich.
Welcome, fellas.
Thanks.
So first I want to talk about the Cross League Championship that you guys just won, kind of recap what happened and what all went into that in terms of preparation and everything.
So, obviously we won the meet pretty good over Taylor by, I think, 20 points. And, everything that kind of goes into the week with that is, just kind of we work out Monday afternoon just so we have easy days leading up to the race. So we kind of kicked off the week with, a K workout, some repeats or threshold, and, we kind of went easy from there and, did the pre-meet on Thursday, kind of ran our course for 30 minutes and then did some strides just to get used to, accelerating right at the start of the race. But, yeah, it was a really fun race and, worked well together throughout the race.
Yeah, I think just going into the meet, we kind of knew we were the favorites, but also we knew our conference is loaded with great teams like Taylor, Marion, Spring Arbor, Goshen. So I think just the mindset we had going into it was we didn't have to have a perfect day, but we just had to have a good day going into it to, bring home the title that we wanted.
Yeah, you mentioned there's a certain level of expectation with you guys being, top dog in the conference, number 2 in the country. Is there any sort of pressure that comes with that, you feel like, when you're racing?
I'd say not necessarily. I think one thing that Coach Byler does really well is talks about running free. That's his motto. So just going out there on the course, with our teammates, with our brothers, just packing up, running together, motivating each other during the race. It kind of just helps focus on that rather than, who's coming to get us,
Yeah, kind of like what Trenton said. There is expectation, but we don't really feel the pressure a ton throughout the year because I think as a team, we really build into this run-free mindset, which helps us so much. And, Coach Byler has pounded on us, Galatians 6:9, for do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest. So I think just having that motto throughout the whole year has really helped us not feel the pressure of being ranked 2 and being favorites to win the conference.
Can you guys recap the entire season up to this point? You guys have finished first in every race so far this season, right?
Yeah.
What's that been like?
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we did the exact same thing, but this year's been so special. I think just the expectations weren't there for us at the beginning of the year from the whole country. So just to kind of show everyone that we're still a top dog in the nation to race and have the potential that we do, it's been so much fun.
Yeah, I think especially losing somebody like Eli last year, Eli Fullerton, number 7 in the nation, somebody who was consistently winning. I think people really thought that we were going to be missing out on a low, faster guy, And I think just our core group of guys has stepped up and just worked together to, build back what people didn't think we really could. So I think going into races like the Great Lakes race that we won up in Grand Rapids, that was a loaded field, and I think what really carried us through that was just our depth. And I think that's just been the moral of the story all year is just how deep we are compared to every other team in the nation with, I think our spread that race was 35 seconds between our first guy and our 5th guy, which is pretty, uncommon, I guess, throughout the nation.
Explain some of the time dynamics a little bit more with that.
Yeah, so with me saying 35 seconds between us, so, the guy that finished first, between the guy that finished 5th, there was literally a gap of 35 seconds. And I think we broke our team time record, so it was what was it, 2:00?
I think we were 2:03 and 31 seconds, so yeah.
So that just compiles the top 5 guys, which are the scorers, compiles their times together. And I think we broke that record by 30 seconds at that meet, which was, pretty, I don't want to say surprising, but probably for everybody else is surprising.
Yeah, as far as national championship prep, this is in Florida, correct?
Yeah.
So how do they decide? Is the whole team qualified? Who's going? What kind of training goes into the 2 weeks you have in between conference and nationals? How much rest? What do all those dynamics look like in these 2 weeks?
So yeah, I mean, we view it as the whole team has qualified. We're not just a team built of 10 athletes that get to travel for nationals, but we're a team built of our 1 through 25. So we try our best to like make sure everyone knows that they have their role in this team and that everyone is valued. But once we get to nationals, it's 10 guys that get to train through for the 2 weeks because we can't fly everyone down to Florida or bus everyone down. So it's very unfortunate, but I think we're still all very grateful, and everyone on the team is super grateful for just the time we've had together. And then, the training, it's this week is usually pretty heavy. We did workout Monday, workout yesterday or Wednesday, and then the rest of it has been easy so far. I mean, our workout Monday was lighter than our Wednesday workout. Wednesday workout was pretty tough. It's our last workout where we're going to the well on. So our last really hard effort, and then next week we do a workout Monday morning before we leave, and that's just kind of like a light tune-up before we head out and just do pretty much easy runs throughout that week.
Yeah, I think just from now till nationals with 10 days, 9 days, whatever. It's pretty much just, getting our bodies to feel pretty light and fluffy, as Coach Byler would say. Just getting ready to, put it all out there on the course, and I think it's more this week. The hardest part is mentally just kind of like chomping at the bit to get on the line, and I think that'll be good. But once we get there, we'll be ready to go.
Now, are either of you two running? Are you?
Yeah, we're both racing.
Awesome. That's awesome. What goes into, or I guess, how many miles is the average week's worth of running in terms of practice for you guys?
It's kind of a wide variety here. He's kind of more like a high mileage. I'm kind of more the lower mileage. But
I think our lower mileage guys are probably peaking. They hit 65 miles at the most.
Okay.
And for me, I'm a 90-mile guy during the week.
Wow.
So,
Every week.
Yeah, I just do 90
miles.
miles on top of each other every week until we start kind of coming down midway through the season. We kind of go 80s and then hit 70s. Right now I'm at 60, so it's not as bad.
And how many days of practice is that?
6 days.
That's like running to my house and back,
Every
and then
day.
some.
Every single day.
Wow. And so how do you decipher you're 90, you're 60, 65?
Yeah.
How do you decipher who's, the higher end?
I think
that
it's
sort of
just
thing?
you just kind of go with what works. So there's a lot of times cross country, you wouldn't really think of it coming into it, but it's one of the highest injury sports just from the wear and tear, the over and over the mileage. So somebody like him, he's pretty fortunate that he hasn't had any injuries, knock on wood.
Yeah.
But somebody like me, I'm more of I don't know. There's no point in changing it if it's not worth risking the injury to go up to a 90-mile week like that.
Right.
I could, but it's really not worth it. And some people would just naturally, I don't know, aren't more gifted with the higher mileage, I guess.
Just kind of whatever works for you
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
And also coming out of high school, it kind of depends on your background, because obviously high school training and college training is two different worlds. So whatever you were brought up in, it's easier to kind of
Stick
translate that to higher compared to somebody. If somebody's super low mileage in high school, you're probably not going to bounce them way up super quick. It'll be more gradual just to avoid the injury,
What kind of habits have you guys built, whether individual or as a group, that you think will help you guys, kind of prepare and go to nationals and be successful?
Yeah, I think Coach really this year has talked about the little things, doing the little things right. So stretching,
Do a little, a lot.
rolling out, getting to bed early, putting the phone away and getting to bed 30 minutes earlier if you can, So just doing that has helped a lot.
Or turning the PlayStation off, Xbox off. I mean, I know we all like to play video games here on campus, so, sometimes you just got to turn it off and get to bed a little early. And I guess kind of proper nutrition. I mean, after, I think we've been told 30 minutes after a hard workout or long effort is your prime time to get in your protein. So we've been doing really well with getting protein bars this year, just so we can feel well after our practices, which has been really helpful.
Yeah, and I think all these habits that we've kind of built, the little things, it's not just an individual thing. It's everybody's encouraging everybody to do it. It's with the sleep.
Yeah.
Most of us are living with each other, so just rather than staying up doing, stupid stuff, just get to bed. And it can be hard sometimes, but it's definitely worth it, and it helps.
keeping each other accountable
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
That definitely helps. So you guys are ranked number 2. We've talked on that a couple of times behind the Masters in California. Is that going to be the team to beat in the national championship? Like, what's the focus going in?
Yeah, I think the focus going in is to beat them, but in the back of our minds, we're thinking we are the number 1 team in the nation, even if we have that number 2 ranking.
It's great talk.
Good talk.
But,
yeah.
I mean, we got to have that mindset going to the line. I mean, our sprints coach that we just hired this year, Keem Haynes, Olympic runner, he was bronze medalist in the 4x1 at the Olympics, has raced against Usain Bolt multiple times, and every time he stepped to the line, he's thought, I can beat Usain Bolt. And, may not have never happened, but if we go into the race with that mindset, we can do great things and hopefully come out with that trophy.
Yeah, I think just staying like the running free, staying on that like topic. Just it's not really about what everybody else brings to the table. It's about us, what we can bring to the table. If we go out there and give it all we got, run as good as we can, run together, run free, and we don't come out on top, it's gonna be easier flight home than if we go out there and just don't put it all out there and get destroyed. Then that would be rough. But yeah, we're gonna aim for that number 1 spot. I mean, not that if we don't win, it won't be successful, but I think that's our goal right now, is to win, come out on top.
Talk a little bit about your upbringing. Has it always been cross country? Was there ever a little bit of track? Did you guys play any other sports coming up in your early years,
Yeah,
even in high school?
I played basketball all
There we
through high
go.
school, but wasn't very gifted in that apparently. But cross country kind of. I think I started running in 6th grade, and it's kind of from there. I was kind of naturally good at it, so it's kind of carried on from there.
Yeah, surprisingly, I wrestled for about 8 years,
Huh?
so all the way through high school, and then played baseball all the way up until 8th grade.
Okay.
Played 2 years of football, so kind of did a lot of different sports. I didn't really start running until 8th grade, so truly just kind of was blessed that I kind of stepped into the sport, and that's kind of what my gift has been, and I kept going with it, so very thankful for that.
And you guys probably get this question a lot, but your sport is all the other sports' punishment. So what gets you guys motivated to just run all the
man.
time? Like, how did that separate itself from all the other sports that you play?
Man.
It definitely takes practice, and like I think for me, it's just like going out there with a few guys and just you just have good conversations, like on a long run, 13-mile, 14-mile, 15-mile run. However many hours or an hour and a half of just a good conversation, and it helps when you're with other people.
Yeah.
Like when I'm by myself, I am definitely not as motivated as I am when I'm like with somebody like this guy. So that helps a lot.
Yeah, just what Trenton said. It's so easy to go out and run when you have guys to go talk with. It makes it so much more enjoyable when you're just having a good time. I mean, it's less motivating when you're by yourself, but I think we all have a little something going on in our heads to make us go out there and run by ourselves some days, especially over winter break in the freezing cold weather. But yeah, just kind of the love for running and moving the body, I guess.
I was going to say, you guys don't mind the weather?
I mind it. I think it's terrible.
It sucks, but gotta do it.
So once you guys had separated yourselves in running and realized this is what you want to do, what was your recruiting process like?
Yeah, so I visited 2 colleges. I visited here and I visited IUPUI or IU Indy now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just the culture here just like stood out from everything else, and that's like probably the main reason why I ended up coming here. And even like with the recruiting now, like with the freshmen that we have coming in, all of them have said they notice the culture and they notice how just it's different, and there's just something special about our team. And I think that just goes to show like why we're the number 2 team in the nation. It's not just because we recruit a bunch of fast people. It's because we're willing to work together for it, and like we're unified, and it's just it makes it more special, I think.
Yeah, it was certainly fun for me. I visited about 3 other schools. I visited Spring Arbor here and Findlay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like Trenton said, the culture here was just so great above every other school that I visited. And I got recruited by our old coach, Coach Foss, and I think his wisdom just in the sport and his wisdom of coaching really drew me here. And I think even with Coach Byler, I think I would still have committed here to run. I mean, just kind of the culture that he has kind of continued to grow off of Coach Foss. It's just been amazing. And even the team culture has just grown so much closer over the years.
What does spiritual development look like within you guys' team? And talk a little bit about how you feel like you've grown closer to God since you've been here at IWU.
Yeah, I think, like I said, with the like culture and the unity, I think that just is super special. Like we have a small group with our entire team that we meet with every Wednesday, and just like we kind of just go back to the baseline of what our values are, and what our goals are, and just like having a group of guys that are all like-minded and like-hearted it helps a lot. And I think just being able to carry that through school, running, anything else is super special.
Yeah, I mean, and within those small groups, we kind of break out into like even smaller groups. So, I mean, it's really easy to get really vulnerable with each other when you have a smaller group. So, I mean, it's been so amazing to see the spiritual growth on this team. And I think just kind of along like my own journey in my spiritual growth, like I feel like every year there's people coming in, or even like people above me that have kind of like pushed me to grow in our faith or in my faith, like prayer or devotions. So it's been so helpful to have those guys coming in that really help the team take a step forward.
Yeah, and I also think, like we talk about in our whole athletic department, the both and, I think we kind of just try and embody that as much as we can, just even like going into this nationals meet. Obviously we want to win, we want to strive to win, but we also want to, be good competitors and good teammates and, worship God through that and spread the word as much as we can, just how we perform and how we carry ourselves onto the course,
The final thing I'll ask you guys about is there will be times we're in practice or I'm just walking around campus and there will be a huge group of you guys and you're just yelling. Like I don't know if
I've heard it.
You have? Okay.
I've 100% heard it.
There was one
and
time.
I just like watch.
Specifically, I'm in the IAC. We're in the IAC, which is already super echoey in there. And then you guys come running around the track up there and make things so much louder while Coach T's trying to explain something, and he kind of gets mad.
Because he can't tell you guys to stop.
No. But like, what is the story behind that? Why do you guys run around like lunatics, just yelling all the time?
That has come far before me.
Yeah,
I think it's just a tradition that's carried on. I don't know if you know where it started, but
I have no clue where it started. I think it was still way before me.
Okay.
But we call it Happy Friday, and we just go around all of campus just yelling Happy Friday.
So it's only on Fridays.
Only on Fridays.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, it's only like every other Friday when we don't have a meet. So,
Happy Friday. I've never made out the words.
Yeah,
it's
probably
Yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah,
But-
so we got a little route we run around campus through Student Center.
Same route every time.
Same route. And
Oh,
then
wow.
we end it with singing at the president's house.
Knock on the door.
Yep.
And
He's saying Happy Friday to you. So kind of like happy birthday. It's pretty funny.
Happy Friday. Yep.
That's awesome. Well, thank you both for joining this week. That's all the time we have today.
Appreciate you guys.
Best of luck at the national
Thank you.
championships.
Thank
And thank you all for tuning in to episode 6 of season 8 of Wildcat Week. We will see you guys next time.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Of course.